Hi, good day everyone. Welcome to our session on empowering our agent partners with data tools to close more deals. My name is Kuga. I will be your trainer today. As part of PropertyGuru Partner360 commitment to continuously improve our agent offering to serve agent partners, we are offering to serve agent partners to a new suite of data tools on AgentNet. Today, data is one of the main factors influencing consumer decision making, and with property seekers having access to data that is just a click away, it is even more important to leverage timely, relevant, and accurate data to build a persuasive sales pitch. Not only you can insight from data, better support the needs of customer, but they are also useful to position yourself as the real estate partner of choice for prospective customer. Data gives you credibility and also efficiency. In today's session, we will be covering how to manage and convince your buyers and sellers' expectation. Through our Partner 360 promise, we are always looking for more ways to become a better partner to you. So you can be the best real estate professional you can be. So use this data to strengthen your sales story with the latest data to be the best property advisor you can be, and harness the power of data to convince your clients for faster closing. And finally, why subscribe to multiple platforms when you can get it all on AgentNet? Proudly presenting to you 3 new editions on Insight under AgentNet, which are the Market Insider, Project Insights, and Home Report. You can get all of this within one platform, which is our AgentNet. So Market Insider. With Market Insider, discover the latest property and pricing trends in the whole or selected parts of Singapore. With Project Insights, you're able to identify an opportunity for you and your clients and effectively narrow down your target audience formula. And finally, Home Report, where you get a holistic understanding on your clients' properties so you can be a better equipped consultant for them. So here I'm just going to jump to the live site to show you how this data looks like. Here, under the Insights tab, you're able to see 3 new tools, which is the Market Insider, Project Insights, and Home Report. So Market Insider, as you can see here, it's a powerful tool. You can achieve a macro look at the market doing for both condominiums and landed properties. So know what you want to zoom into. You have an extensive selection of filter you can utilize to help down to narrow and present your information, such as median PSF value. You can do a PSF comparison with actual transacted versus asking, top 10 projects, and many more. So for instance here, I'm going to maintain a condominium and sale type is resale, and I'm going to choose, let's say, district 16 for instance, and then I'm going to narrow down, let's say, for 1,002 square feet, right? And then I can choose my time period, let's say over the year, and then you will get a graph, right? So median transacted PSF. So here, I'm able to see that the graph or the pattern has slightly decreasing, right? So I'm able to use this graph and explain to my seller, hey, you know what? This is the market range now. Currently is decreasing, so it is at 1,051, right, dollars. So maybe you might want to use this to have a benchmark on your pricing. I think you asking a bit too much because this is a price. This is a current market price. So buyers would be expecting for this value. So you can use this to advise your both sellers and also buyers. You can tell to buyers, hey, you know what, the seller is actually giving you the market price is definitely a worth buying because the median transacted PSF trend is declining. So there are chances that it might increase in future. Definitely, it's a good time for you to buy or close the deal and so on. So if I scroll down a little, I'd like to share with you one of our PG exclusive, which is the median PSF comparison actual transacted against asking. So here again, you choose, right? Select your filters. I'm just going to maintain it condominium and district 5 and over a year. So here, I'm able to explain, right? This blue line here explains the actual transacted over the year. And then we have the gray line against asking. So what is asking, right? So asking is calculated based on asking price of listing in the same district and property type on Property Guru. So you able to explain to your particular seller, hey, you know what, understand this gap, right? So you're asking a bit too much, right? So I think we should narrow down or look down what is the actual transacted. So you can use this to support with price negotiation and managing your client's expectation. So again, this can be used for both seller and also buyer, explaining how we can meet halfway and understand what is actually being transacted. And another thing, one of another PG exclusive is like, look at hot news, right? So this latest transaction for the last 14 days, again, choose your property type and your district, and you will be able to receive all the fresh latest transaction for the last 14 days. So you're able to tell your particular client, look, this is, the price has been going on, so we can use this, to benchmark your pricing, and then, we can use this to decide whether we have undervalued or overvalued. So you can use this latest transaction as a proper benchmark. And same goes to the buyer, right? If they're asking lower price, you can negotiate by explaining the current latest transaction, right? If the seller is asking higher PSF, there's always room for negotiation and so on. So that is Market Insider. Let's move on to Project Insights. Okay. So Project Insights, right? It helps you to narrow down information and be extremely useful in finding out exactly which unit you can focus on. So filter on your finding, and then you can get information such as the floor area, PSF value, last transaction, and so on. So for example, I'm going to leave it in Mandarin Gardens here, block number 7, transaction period you can choose, and so on. So for instance, I'm looking at this particular unit, and I can do a comparison with this by control clicking it. Okay, so I'll have a slight comparison here. So here, what you can do, one of our PG exclusive is find out, right? You find out the number and the links to active listing on Property Guru. This is pretty awesome. So you're able to click it and you're able to see what are the listings available and how much are they actually putting up for the listing. And also maybe you can even find co-broking opportunities, right? So, and then if you scroll down a little, you're able to see estimated gain, right? So with estimated gain, you're able to advise your particular seller, hey, you know what, you're going to gain at least about 179% or 145%. If I were you, I definitely will quickly try to sell it out and get the gain. At times you're able to see a negative loss, not gain, estimated loss as well, where it will showcase in red in color. Then this is definitely it's a loss. But however, if you feel the trend is declining, it may decline even further. So you can actually advise the seller, you know what, you might get even more worse in future. It's only at negative 3%, for example. So might as well you sell it now rather than it's going to go even more depth to negative. So you can use this to even advise the buyer, right? Whether to purchase or not purchase, and then you can quickly ask the buyer, to make the right decision and what the situation is and so on. So that would be your Project Insight. So this is definitely one of the PG exclusive as well, where you're able to find out other listings available on Property Guru website, right? So you're able other information such as the last transaction date, last transaction price, and the estimated price, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then let's move on to home report, our final report here. Okay, so home report gives you the most detailed data, so you can get well-rounded and holistic understanding of the property, get information about the unit and compare with other units in the same stack, condo or even condominium. So you have things like, estimated price, estimated gain. So I'm going to maintain at Simsville here, block 8, floor 8 and stack 9. And then with estimated price, I can advise the seller how much the unit property can be sold. We can use this as a benchmark price, whether we have undervalued or overvalued. With estimated gain, we give a seller an idea, what they could expect to gain if the unit was sold today after including SSD and last transacted price into calculation. And then we have the mortgage calculator here to give buyers an idea of what they could expect to pay. If it turn out that mortgage figures are not feasible, then buyer might just look for other listing or other unit and so on. And then if you scroll down a little, are able to see past transaction of the particular selected unit, right? So this is good to share to potential buyers to show the growth of the unit. It explains that this particular condo is doing well and rapidly increasing in value over the years. And if I scroll a little more, I'm able to see nearby amenities. Everybody in real estate knows, right? Location, location, location is a common mantra. So cajole buyers by sharing all these awesome nearby amenities, so that, hey, you know what? There's 5 schools around, so easier to send your kids, and then public transports, groceries, and so on. So they're able to have this map or this plan around their mind and say, okay, not bad, if I'm going to stay here or buy here, I can use this transportation to travel to work, school, and so on. So you have nearby amenities. And one of the, let me just scroll down a little more. So one of the PG exclusive as well, you're able to see the transaction volume trend comparison, right? Simsville against leasehold condominiums in Singapore, for example. So you can compare your project with either the same town, same district, Singapore, and contract period. So here, all the leaseholds in purple color, condominiums in Singapore and Simsville in the green color. So you can also, but with this graph, right, I would highly recommend you to advise the seller, right? If the volume is declining, you can tell the seller, hey, you know what, I think it's declining, you better sell it fast. If the volume is actually increasing, right, then the seller can afford to wait a little longer. So it really depends how you feel, is this declining or is it maintaining, then you can use this to advise your particular seller. And then if I scroll a little more, I'm able to see the latest sales for all units on this stacks, right? So you can either view by unit of the stacks or floor. You're able to see the floor stacks and then the latest price and then the latest PSF and the floor area size. So you can use this to explain to seller the price comparison to the other units in the same stacks, right? So if they have actually charged a bit too much, then they might want to narrow down the price to get to know that, okay, this is what is happening in the market rate, right? So this is a good insight for buyer as well. They can possibly narrow down the price comparison to other units, to justify the seller's asking price. And finally, another PG exclusive, I would say, similar projects to Simsville. So you're able to find, the similar projects and understand what is happening with other projects. So what are similar projects, right? Similar projects, PropertyGuru's algorithm has selected these projects below that are most similar to Simsville, having considered various factors such as project size, proximity to amenities, and among other factors. So here, again, you're able to select whether you want list of similar projects, transaction volume, and so on. And we have color coded, right? So you have the blue, orange, red, and green. So if you move your cursor, you're able to see the information, right? This is, for example, Simsville 2020, transaction count 12, the property type, district area, and so on. So you just need to move your cursor and get the information. So you can use the insight on behalf of buyer also, right? Compare sellers asking PSF against transacted median PSF among similar projects to show that sellers asking price is reasonable, a good deal, and decide whether to proceed with the buy or not. So definitely you want to showcase this as well. Okay, so I've shared with you how our market insider, project insights, and whole report looks like. So if you want to know more about this, we have our help center for user guide on how to use this data tools. So we have about 4 articles empowering our AgentNet with data tools to close more deals, how to use market insider, how to use project insight, and how to use home report. This is the link, or either you can use this QR code to scan this QR code, and then it will bring you to the main article of insight, and you're able to find these 4 articles in as well. So, and it just doesn't stop here, right? This is just a start of our data offering. We are true to our Partner 360 promise, and you can definitely expect some fast follows with progressive improvement and updates to be done in the coming weeks and months. We will be constantly collecting agent feedbacks in the coming weeks and improving and upgrading the data products based off your feedback. So in meantime, please do visit our Partners 360 program and rewards. If you want to register for more webinar session coming up in the next few months, please do visit our academy, which is the academy.propertyguru.com.sg. And finally, we have a bunch of help articles to get you kickstarted with AgentNet and also our awesome insights. And I wish you all the best, and I hope the session was useful for you. Do let us know if there is anything that we can help you with your day-to-day business. Right. Wishing you all the best, and we will meet soon. Thank you.